Management Information Systems from Fort State University in Kansas, USA, and a bachelor's degree in entrepreneurship and business management from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, Abeokuta. An active contributor to the field, Esther has authored several publications, some of which include Business Analytics from Big Data to Brief Details, Defining Healthcare, Internet of Things, and Business Intelligence, Business Analysis, How and Why Do I Need to Evolve, a review of corporate social responsibility and its role in value creation. She also has articles published in BA Times, Business Day, This Day newspapers, The News Guru, Guardian newspapers, The Nigerian Tribune, and The Punch newspaper. Alongside 6 other subject matter experts, Esther is presently the principal author on a book project titled Alongside 6 other subject matter experts, Esther is presently the principal author on a book project titled Business Analysis, Bridging the Gap Across Industries, which was recently published on Amazon at CLab. Esther has served as a peer reviewer for the IBA head office and is presently a member of the IBA Global Editorial Committee, the arm of the IBA that is focused on thought leadership, article, and white paper review and publishing. She also has actively served as an industry judge for the Globe Awards, Business Awards, Business Intelligence Group Awards, and iScholar Initiative Awards. Esther is an IBA certified and experienced business analyst with a track record of successfully gathering and analyzing business requirements, designing and implementing innovative solutions, visual modeling, and project management. She has a wealth of skills in business and data intelligence, business process optimization, database design, financial analysis and reporting, alongside process design and improvement. She presently works as an IT business analyst project manager at Mount Hood Community College, Gresham, Oregon, and serves as the Vice President of Technology for the IBA Tampa Bay chapter. Through a blend of strategic insights, technical prowess, and commitment to excellence, Esther continues to drive impactful changes and innovations in the world of business and data analysis. Esther is also passionately committed to helping teenagers become better versions of themselves through mentorship. In her free time, she enjoys cooking and singing. Esther, you're welcome.
Understand the expectations of these stakeholders that you were working with?
Some of the stakeholders had stakeholder bias.
That brings us to the question of why didn't you really figure out that technique? Because there's a thing called management of stakeholders, right? So it's very, very important as business analysts that we should manage stakeholders. So why were you not able to really manage these stakeholders bias that you faced?
The stakeholder was not initially included in the project scope.
That leads us to scope creep, I guess. So looking at how far we've gone and how far we've discovered this, I wouldn't want to be the one saying this is scope creep, but then I would want you to say, okay, why didn't you see that?
Okay, thank you very much. That was the perfect will I say illustration. And the truth is, I just wanted to bring it out there. The 5 whys, there are times the question you would ask would actually exceed 5, because you keep digging. Why this, till you get to the root cause. So as business analysts, you keep asking. But the truth, again, is that anything could happen in the course of the project. That's why you have to be super prepared. you can never be over prepared. That's the truth. You need to be like ready, always ready for anything that might come up in the course of a project. That's another reason why most times as business analysts, especially now in different industries, business analysts now double as project managers. They do project management, also business analysis. There are different companies that have not even split the roles, even though the roles are split, but you need to understand the whys. So we'll be looking at the SWOT analysis, we'll be looking at the PERS analysis today. All right, so now I am all right. Another final question I would ask is, how many of us know about the fishbone diagram? Has anybody created the fishbone diagram, or some people know it as the Ishikawa? Okay, so the fishbone diagram is also another what's it called? Another tool that we use to identify what the problem is in the course of a project. Now, the way the fishbone diagram basically works, and the reason it's called a fishbone diagram is it has like the structure of a bony fish, where you have three sides, three on this side, and a middle line where every line or every arm of it has something relating to the problem. But we're not looking at the fishbone diagram today, and now we're just going to go straight into the case study. So basically, this particular company, Retail Online, they are having issues with their customer onboarding process. So what they want to do is to streamline the process as much as possible, enhance their customer satisfaction, and increase their conversion rates. So we're going to be applying these techniques to identify the inefficiencies in the process. We might not necessarily gather consumer needs or customer needs, but would try to put on our thinking cap based on the case study and see where we take it from there. And we'll try to develop a strategic improvement plan, which would lead us to the to-be state of the project. Now, this is the business context. Now, we're going to be going into the breakout rooms. But before we go into the breakout rooms, I wanted to mention some things before we go in. Firstly, there are going to be three teams, the SWOT analysis team, the ASIS team, and the 2B team. Now, the ASIS and the 2Bs will be dealing with process mapping. We have a Mural board for that. But the questions are more related and more specific to the team that you're going to be in. So this business context and problem definition is going to be more useful to those in the SWOT analysis team. Then we have the current state, just a guide as to what is expected to map it out, and the future state. Now, one thing we should note about the Mural board, first of all, is that it's a highly interactive tool. Once you get in, you sign in as a visitor. I believe we already have the link, so we can actually try to sign in right now. Based on the links that you have access to, try to sign in as a visitor, and put in a name. You would have access to edit. Now, whatever changes we are going to be making on the Mural board, can everyone still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see your screen. So while she's doing that, an email was sent out to everybody. You should have the link via your email. If you don't have it at the moment, perhaps we just drop it in the comments box so you can log on to that.
Okay. So every team, firstly, you would need to have a team leader, because at the end of the project or at the end of the task that we're working on, you're going to have somebody that's going to present for your team. So basically, to clearly explain the problem, explain the processes that took you guys to how you got to, let's say, a desired solution, or how you were able to answer the case study. Now, being in different teams, you all have access to the Mural board. If you want to make it organized, that just depends on team management. So there's also going to be stakeholder management amongst yourselves as a team. So we're going to have a presenter. Let me share my screen again. Is everybody now able to access the Mural board? Can everyone confirm that you have access to the Mural board? Okay, I see just 4 people. Do we have more people? Okay, more people are joining in. Good.
Which of the Mural boards are we going to first? Because I'm already in the to-be process one.
Yeah, that's fine. You can just go to anyone. I just wanted to explain something that would help what you're doing. For easy navigation, especially say for the SWOT analysis, based on my screen, you're going to see some sticky notes here. Very good. I can see people are already playing around with it. So the sticky notes are what you basically use to type in. So if you're working on let's say the strengths, for example, to help navigation very easy on the board, I have an outline set. So if you want to work on the strengths, you just click on the strengths. Then the case study is also highlighted above. It's in the outline. If you want to work on the opportunities as a team, you just go straight to it and just put your sticky notes and we'll take it from there. So I think we could go into our breakout rooms now. We're going to have 20 minutes in the breakout rooms. And after the 20 minutes, we'll come back together and we'll talk through the case study. But all the questions are highlighted above the different Mural boards. So for those that would be working on the as-is, so the case study is also listed above as a guide. Then for the flowchart, so basically it was just the duplication of the as-is and the to-be and process mapping. You have what you need. You have your flow keys, you have your start, you have your actions, what would be like a decision. You can duplicate, you can move around, just basically do what you want to do. But basically, we're creating a flowchart as agreed by everybody in the team. How do we want this process to look like? What are we recommending for this particular company? So I think we are set to go into our breakout rooms now. David?
Yeah, the breakout room is ready. So you have process mapping, you have to-be, you have assist, and you have SWOT. So you can join right now. If you don't have the link, perhaps you didn't get the email, or you didn't get your email, or you didn't register. So most likely you might not have access to that. But what I'm gonna do right now is I will drop the link via the chat box so you can pick that and work on it. So I don't have the link yet. Olayinka, can you specify which of the rooms you want to be in? That will make it faster.
The access. Good.
Okay, good. Then Chisom says she doesn't have access. So once you click on the link, you sign in, you join as a visitor. That would give you, everybody has visiting access, so that will give you ease to edit. So try that and let me know if you still do not have access. But there are other people that already have access to the board. Yeah, I have a lot of people already. But if there's anybody that's having issues with access, please let me know. Then when you get to your breakout rooms, somebody can share a screen, whatever you guys just decide to work out in teams. Chisom, do you have access right now?
Esther, your hand is up.
Yeah. Esther, please. this task for the SWOT team
Okay.
case study we're working on, all we should just I can see people they're already filling in the strength and weakness. Is it from the case study we have, or it's just I don't know how they're
Yeah, it's
filling it?
actually from the case study. It's actually from the case study, but the truth is, a lot of things we can actually also decipher that there are some things that are not in the case study that might be weaknesses, that might be strengths, that might be opportunities, and that might even be threats. So you could actually put it in. It's us just thinking through processes, thinking through how we would relate or handle this kind of situation. So you can go through the case study, but you can also think out of the box. We're not limited.
All right. Okay. Thank
in
you.
any way.
Yeah.
Okay, David, do we have people in the breakout rooms now?
Yeah. Yes, we do. I've not been put into a breakout room yet. Okay, I'm gonna undo that right away. Jide, Chisholm, I'm gonna undo that.
Yinka, do you have the link now?
I'm in the group now.
All right, good. Chisholm.
Chisholm, you're not in the group. Promise you can't see a link for the breakout rooms. Okay, just a minute.
Lillian.
Sorry, can you connect me too, please?
Okay, to the breakout rooms.
Yes, please.
All right, David is doing that right away. So the link to one of the Mural boards is also in the comment section. So for those working on the as is and the to be processes, the truth is what you have is not the information you have. You are allowed to go out of, like, not necessarily out of scope, but putting on your thinking cap. How can we make this process seamless as much as possible? We have real life examples of retail companies. How could we recommend a process? How could we recommend something that works to ensure that at least the objectives of this company is actually met? Okay, the as-is is going on well. Let's see the 2Bs.
I've still not been put into a breakout room.
Jide, is that you?
Yeah, same here with me as well.
Hi, David. This is Adeyemi. I'm not yet able to click on join any the SWOT.
Breakout room?
Yeah.
Okay, just give me a minute. So, Jude, which of the rooms do you want to join?
You can put me in the SWOT one.
All right. DME, which of the rooms do you want to join?
The guys in
David,
the SWOT analysis are so fast.
DME, can you hear me?
David, can you add me to the SWOT one, please? I've been writing there.
Same here. I'm on the SWOT team, please. This is Esther, David.
Okay, as a heads up, before I can see everyone is or people are actually doing something. So as a heads up, when you're going to be presenting, at least your mural board should be presentable. So even though we are having a lot of writings, formatting is also very important, because if you are presenting to the board or you're presenting to your stakeholders, your presentation has to be top notch. They don't want to be seeing numerous fonts. So quality is also part of what we're doing. So we can play around, but before we wrap it up, we should have a clean board.
MC, which of the rooms do you want to join? I believe they are me and Jide are sorted now.
It's to be process mapping.
Any other person? I believe everyone is sorted at the moment.
Hi,
My
David.
as-is people.
Hi, David.
Yeah.
Please hear me. So after joining the SWOT breakout, I realized that a lot of people that are on the mural board, working on the mural board, they are not in the breakout room. We are not collaborating with one another. We're meant to collaborate. We are meant to, share ideas. Then we'll all agree on what we are writing. So I figured that some people just went straight to the mural board
and just started typing.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, Esther, can you hear me?
Yes. David, I sent you a text.
Okay. So, Esther just replied. Right.
Yes, I just did.
Everybody hear me? Jide, Jide, Olabisi, Omoti. Those are the people I have in SWOT analysis.
For the to be process group, I can see people drawing on the map, but nobody's saying anything. Like there's no
That's
people are actually saying, like communicating. Most people are just on the board adjusting the diagram.
I think same thing on Aziz. Nobody's saying anything about people moving.
Yeah, it's the same thing. David, I just sent it to you.
All right. If everybody can hear me, I'm just dropping a chart here right now. We are switching the platform we are using at the moment. Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
So,
okay. Okay, so the breakout room is actually ending in about 10 seconds. David, you're muted.
Yeah, hi everyone. So we are switching platforms at the moment, and we are leaving this platform to go to Google Meet. Zoom.
To Zoom.
Yeah, to Zoom, so we can finish up this activity and also streamline what people are doing, and also ensure that you have the right teammate at the moment.
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just shared the Zoom link. Let's just start joining in. And David, I think we'd also leave this open to the Google Meet just in case.
Yeah, I agree with you. So can everybody join the link that has been dropped in the comment section?
Hello, SWOT, please.
Follow ID, please. Aziz, please.
Sorry, please. I want to be to Aziz too, also.
To be process.
Chisom.
Hello.
To be.
Hello. Hello. David.
Yeah, Chisom, I can see your hand up.
Sorry, this is Esther, please.
Yeah.
Who is assigning the breakout
Are you
section?
on the Zoom?
Huh?
Have you joined the Zoom platform?
Wait, sorry, I think I mistakenly logged out. I don't have the link. All right, okay, it's okay.
Sorry, please, likewise, send for the Aziz also, please, David.
Say again.
Like, I also like to join the breakout section. That's what I'm saying, for the Aziz.
Yeah, so I just dropped the link via the comment now. Did you get that?
Yes, I
You
did.
can join the Zoom link, there you'll be assigned a breakout session. Do you have access to the Mural?
What do you say?
Do you have access to the Mural board?
Yes, I'm going training.
Okay, so just click on that Zoom link, then you can get your breakout session there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Chisom, your hand is up.
So I think we are ready. But before we do the presentation, I want to say thank you first of all for doing this. And I know it was a process. Not everybody has made use of Mural before. If this is your first time working on Mural, can I just see with a raise of hands? You can. Very good. Now let me just give you guys something. So many job opportunities that we're having today, they might not specifically say Mural boards, but they are high on collaborative tools. Now, you would see a job application and you will see, oh, we need somebody that knows how to use this. You need somebody that knows how to use this. Let me just give you a heads up or a hint. Some of all these tools can be is something called duplicated knowledge. Now, you have used Mural board today. Mural is free. There's the licensed part of it, by the way, but with the free version, you can play around with it. But it also depends on the task that you're working on. But for the purpose of this, that's another reason we use the Mural board. For the process mapping, I personally, you cannot catch me doing a process mapping on Mural. If I want to map my processes, you would see me use Visio, you see me use Balsamic or Lucid. There are 1,000,001 processing or process management tools. So as a business analyst, you have to be everywhere. Like, not jack of all trades now, don't get me wrong. But for process management, at least be very good using at least one tool. If it is Microsoft Visio, if it's the free version, try it out. There was something they did in my environment where they want to be sure that you actually need it. And most of our charts, we were able to generate it using the free version, the basic version of Visio. It's only when you now want to be doing, like, going into intricate modeling, you need the licensed version. Whatever you can do with the free version, try it. It's not every time you will have you even have the funds to even purchase the advanced version or the licensed or premium version. Start with the free versions. There are YouTube videos online. Watch it. It will help you to build your skills as a professional. If it is interactive tools, there are a whole lot of softwares. So having basic knowledge of all these things. And the truth is, there are some jobs, though not all, there are some jobs that they expect you to also learn on the job. For me, most of my knowledge on using of all these tools, it wasn't like I attended one training or one special training or that. No, I had to learn on the job. But at that point, that's actually something technical to do, but it's also something very required. So as a business analyst, the first key is that you must be very, very flexible. Super flexible. Like, flexibility is your go-to at any point in time. So you've not used Mural, this is your first time, congratulations. Like, I was seeing what everybody was doing. As far as you were able to move a sticky note, my dear, you've done something good. So kudos to everybody for that. So we're going to open it up now to the SWOT analysis team who is presenting on their behalf. You're also going to share your screen. We're going to see what you've done and we'll take it from there. Who is going first? Or who is speaking for the SWOT analysis team? Please introduce yourself, give us a background, just the same way you're going to present to your stakeholders, or say you're presenting to the board.
I would say I prefer the latter part, presenting to the board.
Okay. And heads up, everybody, once they're done presenting, we're going to have feedbacks. Like, you have the right to ask them questions. You have the right to throw a punch in whatever they've presented. You don't agree with this. The same way when you present something to the board, they pick holes. You are allowed to pick holes. And another essence or another goal, something we're trying to achieve with this, is also building or boosting your confidence. When you present something, you should be proud. When you prepare something, you should be proud to present it. If you have a presentation and you don't know the details in that presentation, it's a red flag. Because if you have a chart and somebody out of nowhere just asks, oh, this squared shapes, that is a task or that's an action, what does it mean? Is it required? And like, oh, it was my team member that put it there. It's not like I know what it is. Excuse me, you're a business analyst. If you're presenting something, you should know it all in, all out. So we're allowed to critique. So you have to be ready. So who is going for the SWOT analysis team? Let's get it rolling.
All right. Good evening.
Hello. Sorry. Hello.
We can hear you.
Good evening, everyone. Promise is meant to present for us. Promise. Decide you're going to do that for us, please.
Yeah, I am, because I saw your hands up. That's why I asked.
No, sorry.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Yes, my name is Promise. I am a business analysis professional with over 5 years experience working in cross-functional projects. I've worked across different industries, finance, CRM tools, Salesforce particularly, and construction, and also consulting as well. I will be presenting my team's case study on retail online incorporation, where we worked on establishing the SWOT analysis for the business. We were able to constructively identify key strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the business, and I will use this opportunity to talk us through the key reasons of what we came about and how we feel like the business can really benefit from this discovery that we had. So looking at retail online incorporation, the business has a very strong financial strength, which is one key thing we were able to identify as a strength, and they have a very, very strong market presence, being a very, very renowned business that has been in existence in Roya. They also have very good customer base that at least is very, very eminent there, and they have a high market value as well. And they've also been able to gather all this information showing how data-driven, insightful they are as a business. Their brand is strongly recognized, knowing fully well they are a business that is focused on e-commerce in the whole of that particular market.
Did you pause or what happened? I think your presenter went to take a drink of water. Is that allowed during the board meeting?
No.
No, we don't allow that.
At this point, there should be somebody in the team that. That's where team
Esther.
collaboration comes in.
JD, please, over to you, please.
Hold on. Okay, bear with me one sec. Okay, I want my screen.
About that, people. So, as we were saying, we had talked about retail online incorporation and e-commerce business that is being established, very strong brand presence, good financial records, something like. So I'm good. I'm back, people. Yep. Thank you very much for your patience.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, can we confirm that we can see our screen with the SWOT analysis board?
Yes.
All right. So, as I was saying, I'd briefly introduce what retail online incorporation, their major strengths are. I want to talk about their weaknesses, which we discovered while doing our analysis. So we discovered that retail online, being in a competitive market, have outdated infrastructures. And we also saw that there are possibilities where the customers may be dissatisfied because of the infrastructure inefficiencies that they have. When businesses lack these infrastructure inefficiencies, there's a tendency that the outcome of their produce may not be able to satisfy the customer needs. We're able to really outline that as well. We've also seen how they have departments that are partitioned. The siloed down department does not really allow them to really function the same way an organization is expected to be, because they have lack of cross-functional departments that impedes agility, innovation around how they operate. We also find out that they have limited automated processes, which was clearly stated there, that because of how the departments are structured, it doesn't allow room for process automation. That is one of the reasons we are probably identifying this as a way to find a solution to resolve that. All of these cost them the operational inefficiencies that they lack, which hinders their revenue growth, as well as them really matching the customer market demands that is really growing. We want to look at some other things which are on the opportunity parts. There's a rise in emerging technologies that are coming on in the market. The market is very massive, very opportune, an open market for them to really leverage evolving technologies like AI, automation as well. They can use this data that they have from their internal customer base to really make informed decisions that can really help them grow the businesses better than what it is. We've seen how open the market is. Our next pointer there is how the possibility of them expanding into new markets. There are opportunities for them to really look at it from the perspective that, yes, we have a very competitive market. That means there's an opportunity for expansion. We want to look at digital transformation. We talked about how the business lacks process automation. Putting in automated processes where they can save cost and time, energy, will help them really achieve digital transformation.
2 minutes more.
So you realize that this bottleneck processes are one of the reasons why they lack it. They'd also look at enhancing customer experiences and creating partnerships that would allow the business reach their goals. The major threats that affect them are the competitive markets, the risk and the decline in revenue that they suffer, and the economic challenges that are coming up over time, like inflation, rising technology disruption, and also when we want to look at automating businesses, there's a room for improvement and also a lack or a challenge, which is going to be cybersecurity risk. It's very, very important that businesses should be able to balance these risks when they go about expanding their businesses. So that is what we discovered using the SWOT analysis for retail online incorporation with our team. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any feedback for them? General feedback, first of all. We understand that there was an internet glitch. General feedback.
I think,
go ahead.
I'm here. I think they did a good job. It's well, I like the way it's well arranged, but it's just that the timing, it was quite slow, and there are some areas you just need to focus on, sensitive areas, and move ahead. And also, I think that's all. It doesn't need to be mentioning each cell. You just need to hit at those areas where you feel the passage will get their attention, sensitive areas that is, and that's all.
Okay.
Because
Thank
you
you
took
very
your
much.
time. Yeah.
To actually explain. Yeah, thank you very much. Now, another reason I just wanted to also mention, I wanted to mention something. Another reason I was emphasizing on formatting. You don't know who you're going to be working with as a business analyst. I have some nitty picky human beings. My very first manager, when I was doing a stint in management consulting, regardless of the details you have in your PowerPoint, if it is not well formatted, he's not taking a look at it. So I became, I had to pay attention to details, lines, rulers, grids. So right now, my eyes is already picking a whole lot of formatting issues in this thing. But let's not go into that. Like that, your AI integration that is dancing. Your operational inefficiencies is not standing very well. Your limited data integration is not standing very well. Even the distance between your strong financial robustness and strong brand recognition is whack. But this was an overall presentation, by the way, a good one. Thank you very much. Let's go to the As Is team.
Thank you.
Sorry if that was harsh, but hello, you're going to have some harsh people. Thank you. Can I have the As Is?
Stop sharing now.
Yes, please. Thank you. And for the As Is, I'm so sorry, we have 5 minutes, please. Who is crying? I think the people that are really going to feel the brunt are the process mapping people, but let's continue. Who is presenting for the As Is team?
Can you share her screen?
Not yet. Oh, you can hear someone talking.
Can Linda please share her screen?
Okay, Lillian.
Lillian.
Okay.
Forgive me.
Good job, Promise. Good job to the SWOT team. You guys did a great job.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can. So just go straight, just scroll down and right to your Mural board. Yes, very good. This came out very fast. All right. Your 5 minutes have started counting. Oh. Who is talking?
So somebody's presenting, talking.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Speak. Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it, Paul.
Okay. Yeah, my name is Paul. So I've been presenting for our group. Let me share my screen. So
she's already sharing, so you can just look at the screen.
Okay. Yeah. So what we have here is a process flow that tends to guide our user, what our user can actually do on the solution that we put in place. So first is that our user will be able to create accounts. I think Zoom, is it this one? Okay. Sorry, I'm at with 2B. Sorry. It's not my team.
So please give us our time back.
I was wondering.
I've shared the screen. Who is?
It's not our.
Why not just continue
hold on,
since you started?
This is not their presentation.
Okay.
Yes.
Please go ahead.
So can I take you for As? Still with this what's on the screen, please.
Yes. Please,
Lillian, can you use me from the top from start?
Yeah.
Okay, so the current state for retail online INC is incorporated is this is the process flow. Okay, no, please go to the process map. So at the start, what happens is the customer creates an account in which they provide their personal information, shipping address, and payment details. The next step, which is a manual data entry by the CRM or whoever handles that data, the data is manually entered into the CRM system by the customer service rep. And when that is done, they process the order. So the order is also processed manually, which involves verifying and checking the shipping address, verification if the inventory is available, and then checking the shipping address, and then also verifying the payment. So, and if the customer does not have, if one of these is not verified, according to what we have in the current state, there is no action for that. So if that happens, I think the process ends. However, if all is good and each box is checked, we move to shipping.
So the shipping labels are generated and I'm sure placed on the packages, and then the orders are handed off to the shipping department, which in turn send them out. Almost immediately, the customer also receives an order confirmation and shipping notifications. So either if the shipping is on the way, or your shipping is 1 kilometer away from your house, or the likes, and then that's the end of the process. So this is the current state of Retail Online Incorporated. Thank you from Assis. Sorry, I didn't say my name. My name is Ayo. Yeah.
Okay. So feedback from the group, because what I'm looking at here, the flow chart is dancing, you know.
Where is Victor running to? Okay, so before I give my feedback, I want to hear the general feedback first of all, because my feedback is going to be for both as is and to be. So I'll give feedback at the end. So the SWOT team, this is the time for you to really analyze.
Yeah, so my feedback is let me go. I'm saying from our understanding of process maps, we don't use sentences. We just use action verbs. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me. You just put the action verb, one noun, one verb, boom, that's it. And we go towards, I just want to talk about the aesthetics. And yeah, that's basically what I noticed first off. No, I'm not saying so much.
Okay. I would get back to what you just said, promise, but another feedback. Thank you for that.
Yeah, another feedback I noticed, they tried. The starts with a green color. That's time to be corrected. Okay. Then the end is correct, a red. The color is okay. But the starts, hello. I'm just talking about the color for the starts.
Please, there was a glitch. Can you please give back? Yeah. Okay.
I said the starts supposed to be a green color.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Any other person?
Yeah, mine's on the decision now. What decision are they actually talking about? Like they just wrote decision. So what are you saying? There's yes or no. Yeah. So you just yeah. So I don't know what is there. So another one is the circle. The start and end. The shapes are they're not the same. So I think that's all from my side because I don't know the case study they're working on, so I can't really tell. But that decision, the diamonds shape there. What are you trying? What decision are you trying to make? So that's not there. That's from me.
Okay. Before, I'm not giving a general listing, but why do you have two ends in this process chart? Because if I have a no, then I should have a linkage, an external linkage that gets me down to that end by the side. Do you understand? Yeah.
Noted, board member.
So my other feedbacks will come at the end. But good job. This was actually good. I was there when you guys were battling it out, so I understand where this is coming from. This is a good job. Thank you. All right, my 2B people, they were the most serious, as in, let's see.
Lillian, you can stop sharing your screen so another person can do that. Or you can use the same screen, just speak to it though.
Okay, hello everyone, good evening. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay. My name is Paul, and I'll be presenting to be process mapping. And this is where we try to create the various stages that our customer might have to pass through when using our solution. We're going to have where the process is going to start here. The website is going to open up, and the user, let me call it a user here now, is going to have the privilege of creating an account. But sometimes we know that not all customers wants to drop their data or sign up on the page. So we created a second, like say negative, or like say the other side of it. In case the user is not trying to create the account with us, they can easily place an order. Considering the case study that we are giving here, our case study is here, so we should try to automate the entire process end to end, which are here, and ensure the real-time communication. This is actually the process that we actually worked on. So because of our time, so that's why I just have to be fast. So the user is going to create an account. After it's going to create he's going to put in all his account information, maybe involving his card, his address, and all mode of payment. Is it by USS? All these details will be captured there. Next is if you verify if all the information provided, because we need to ask the user to able to give consent to all the information to ensure that they're actually correct. So that will give the user that second chance of trying to review the entire details. Then after that, we are going to validate the account of that customer by sending an SMS, maybe OTP, or an email to that user. I'm sure most of us must have seen this. Once you sign up for a newsletter, you are going to receive like a validation mail. So such customer is going to what? Is going to validate his account. So from there, the customer can actually proceed to place an order on the system. I don't know what happened here. Sorry, and I think we fixed this. So after that, we have the customer to create an order, then move on to make payments. The customer able to make payments if it's bank transfer you want to do, if it's USSD or mobile app, various forms of payments actually available on the web application. Then the entire process is going to end. And for the customer that actually does not want to submit his details, such customer is going to place order easily, because as a business, we are profit oriented, so we don't want, because customer does not sign up on our website, should not be able to place an order. So we give the privilege of what such customers will actually be able to patronize us. So that's why we have an algo that actually handles this. Okay, in case you are not signing up with us, you are not registered with us, then you can actually patronize us. Then we have this side that actually handles that. So you can create an order, enter your account information, place your order, and get your goods delivered to you. This is the summary of the work I and my team did. I don't know if anybody from my team has any addition to it which might have skipped. So since we have, I think we still have like 2 minutes to 3 minutes. So any of my team members can actually speak to.
1 minute.
Yeah, my team member, we are waiting for you.
Change the start to green, please.
Okay, I'll
Your
do that.
member, they've left you. You're your own.
Yeah, for the person that actually said change the starts to green, I want to confirm why you have your preference start green and stop.
Hello?
Yes, ma.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I stand to be corrected, from the way I was taught, that was, I don't know if it's similar, because actually this is my first time of using this Mural board, but I'm used to draw.io.
Yeah.
No, that's what I use. So I want to find out from you. I want to ask, is it across board for all charts? I stand to be corrected, please.
Okay. So
because this is my first time of using this.
Yeah. All right. So first thing, thank you very much, Ma. And thank you very much, everyone. This was really interactive, despite the fact that we had glitches. Boluaji, you have a question, so I would also note that. Oh, a lot of people have questions. Okay, let me give my feedback, then we can ask the questions so that I don't miss out on any feedback. Now, for the start and stop, the truth is, as a business analyst, the process modeling is also a way or an avenue for you to showcase your creative skills. That's the truth. And every industry has what works for them. Every company has a standard for what the process modeling should be. So in my organization, for example, nobody cares whether we use a green or red. That's the first thing. Now, but when I'm dealing with my developers, for example, even though it's still the same organization, I know that those people, they are wonderful. Like when I mean wonderful, wonderful. At times we fight in the meeting. But I also know that my process modeling has to be structured to them, for them to also understand. Because as a business analyst, I am translating both technical requirements. Whatever I'm translating from the customers also has to do with them. It's going to them. Even if I'm trying to simplify it as much as possible to use cases or user stories, as a student, I want to be able to do this. They still want that technical thing. So I'm now presenting a process chart. Some of them are actually graphical. And let's not forget that there's something called BPMNs, that's business process modeling notations. When you are also dealing with system designs, that's when you get deeply into process management, process optimization. If you are dealing with BPMNs, whatever thing you have on your board has a meaning. So at that point, you will not even be bothered about what the start is or what the end is. Now, I'm going to share a screen. I'm not going to make it visible enough for you to see what the content is, but I'm going to share a screen so you'd understand. Now, this is an official documentation, but I have a reason I'm sharing it. Just let me know when you can see my screen. So this is Microsoft Visio. Now, this was a project that I wasn't handling at the very beginning, but was transferred to me. Now, where we go to the point of modeling BPMNs, if you are dealing with this thing, this symbol actually represents a database. So if you are dealing with system integrations, for example, your charts, your process charts, whatever, and it flows from one system to the other, one system to another, I need to have a database symbol. So this shows my database. This, once I see this, or once my developers or any member of my IT team, once they see this, they know that I'm talking about a database. Now, this is the same organization, but now I am working on another thing, and see, this is also referring to a database. Do you understand? Can you see that the contexts are both different? So it depends on who your audience is, first of all. It depends on the people that would majorly work with whatever you are doing. If you are doing something that is specific, say, to the core technical team, they understand database, they understand warehouse, but if you are going to the board, are you going to be telling them my data warehousing storage? I work in a community college. The teachers or the instructors, many of them, not everybody has a PhD, first of all. Many of them are like high school, they teach high school students, people that just want to have, what I would classify it maybe our NC in Nigeria, like ND and things like that. So it's a whole different structure. When I'm dealing with the teachers, I cannot go and be telling them that Genziber CX is the general. They just know CX as the software that they use. But me, I know that Genziber CX is my database, my storage of authority. So it basically depends on who I am dealing with, who my modeling is for in an organization. So this is Visio. Now, somebody said something about the text. I think that was promised. Now, let me also share another thing. There are times you actually need to have the specifics, but there are times you would need as much as possible to have the details. Can you see this? Even though it is as short as possible, this is, like I said, when you are doing anything modeling, this is kind of complicated, especially if somebody doesn't really have a strong background in process modeling. But the ideal is understand basically what works for you and have something charted out that you can defend at any point in time. That's the picture. So there are times you need to actually conceptualize, but there are times you need to just put it briefly. If I put Alt ID, my IT team understand what it means by Alt ID. That is an offshoot of a particular system. But I cannot use Alt ID when I'm dealing with my teachers or when I'm dealing with the students. I can't put that in any of their chats. Now, when you are best practices for modeling, when you are dealing with modeling, there's something called a legend, where if you have a model, to allow people understand, if you want to make your model as clear as possible to everybody, you don't want to stress yourself, because it's also very stressful to be having multiple models for different people. If you have a legend, it helps you a whole lot. Oh, this is what this symbol is. And that was why, if you check the chart, the Mural board, you will see that there was a legend that gave you an explanation of what this is task. It explains this. This was this. This was this. Do you understand? So it's not like there is a specific standard that, oh, you must start with red. It depends on your organization. It depends on who your end users are. It depends on what you're dealing with. Then for formatting, there were a lot of wonderful formattings, but I also totally understand. Like, this is also the first time a lot of people have not or had not used Mural. So this was a very good what's it called? Learning curve. But one major thing I noticed for the process team, and goes back to the initial thing I mentioned, problem definition, problem identification. You need to understand the problem. If the problem is not accurately understood, it affects everything we do. I've had a project where we thought we understood. Like, this was a top project in Nigeria. I was the team lead. On the day of the meeting, my partner did not show up. On the day of the meeting, the manager on the project did not show up. I was just an associate, as at that time, a senior associate. Now, I presented this thing, and the backlash, like, that is the worst feedback I've ever received in my entire life, like in my career experience. And especially if you're dealing with clients, they are paying you for it. Hello, they would tell you raw, plain and simple. I'm not paying you for this rubbish you just presented. In that kind of situation, if you don't understand that particular project, we thought we understood. We had done a lot of stakeholder interviews. We had mapped out the SOPs. We had done a lot of things. And the woman just said, this is not what I'm paying you for. You're just wasting your time. This is rubbish. We have to start again. That's where I always emphasize, if you don't understand this from the beginning, don't even start. Ensure you have a clear picture. Except the only time this is different, and it's not even totally different, is if you are dealing with an agile team, for example, where your process is iterative, you can make changes at any point in time, you have your sprints. That is an agile environment. But even at that, they will not start if they are not sure of what they want to do, regardless of how agile they are. They need to understand it. They need to understand what the end goal is. It might change, the process might change, the requirements can change, anything can happen, but the end goal is understood. So that was actually like a major problem for both teams. You guys did a really fantastic job with what you understood, or with the way you understood the case study to be. But subsequently, before anything, have a clear picture before we even start mapping. That's the feedback that I have. The formatting, like I said, was whack. So I think we'll take 2 questions and do we have people with questions?
Yes, please, Esther. Thank you very much for the feedback. My question is about the process mapping. How can we differentiate high level process, when you say this process is level 0, level 1, 2, 3, and 4. So how can we differentiate those? Because I know what he actually presented. Is it that level 0 process map again? So, so from your own understanding, because I can see your process mapping is top notch. So from your own understanding about this level, please can you explain more about them?
Okay, thank you. So the thing about process mapping is, yeah, there are levels, like you said. High level, you're not giving story that touches the heart. Do you understand? So it also depends on what your end users require. Agreed, this particular case study did not state, I want a high level process map. I want a detailed, I want a level 2, I want a level 3, or even a level 5. Now, a level 5, most of the process maps that I presented, some of them are level 4, level 3. But the level of details depends on also what an organization counts as level of details. Do you understand? So if I want to do a level 1 or let's say a level 0 process chart, for example, in my organization, I want a chart that talks about how students apply, website creation, not website creation, admissions form, interview, admission notification, orientation, classes. That's high level enough. Now, if I want to do a level 0, level 1, I want to make it more detailed, but not detailed. Admissions. I know that there are 5 in our institution. Maybe we have like 5 different admissions forms. We have a universal admission form, but we have different departments, international students, ABS, like different departments that have their own admission form. I will break it down. If students, that's why we have a decision. Is students international or domestic? If it is yes, fill this. So you can also make use of swim lanes. Even for the main with the level of details, you can actually, swim lanes are actually very useful. But the only thing is you have to make sure that your chart is also readable, visible, like people can actually understand. But the way it works is it depends on the level of details that is defined in that organization. If your organization says, oh, your level 0 process maps should have this, that is where you have a structured business analysis department or a structured process management department. If it is very structured, there will be a definition for all the process maps. So that basically depends on the organization. But the highest level is where you are dealing with the system integrations, you are dealing with anything database, you are dealing with processes, you are dealing with people, you are bringing in your different use cases. That is highest level. I don't know, was that as clear enough?
Yeah, I'm still trying to process everything, okay?
So it just, the level of detail, whether it's highest level, level 0, level 1, it depends on what is defined by your organization based on your processes.
Okay, so what about if you're in an organization where there's no BA processing in place or structure, and you're just maybe just starting the role as the only BA.
And you are the foundational BA. The first thing is that I always tell people, don't start what you cannot finish. There are times you will lay that standard, and there are times it's a good standard. Oh, we want to have this. The truth is that if you leave that organization and somebody else comes from an organization where the level 2 is not as detailed, but your own level 2 is highly detailed, you are creating additional work for that person, even though it's not additional work, by the way. But you have created that expectation for that particular role that the existing management staffs already have. So you have to also study who you are dealing with, understand the level of details that they require. But most times it's very rare for somebody to come and tell me, I need a process map level 2, a level 2 process map. Do you understand? So they might not really tell you, oh, this is the level of details that I need, but understand who your stakeholders are. Like that's something that's a lifesaver. If you understand them, you know their preferences, you will know what to present or what to create that will work for them.
Okay, yeah. I think that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. There was a final question.
Is there a last question?
I think it is.
Yes, I want to ask a question too.
Out of this session long time ago, but I know that you have a lot to ask. She has a lot to say, and if we allow it, we can be here till tomorrow. You keep learning. So, how many questions?
More hands, Jesus.
Just raise your hand, then we take it. How many do we have? One. Who again? All right, I think that's just Ademola. Ademola, go for it, please.
Okay, thank you so much for today. We really appreciate. So my question is just that, not to waste much of our time, like, can we have access to the materials for the be it as is to be and the
case
last
study?
one? Yes.
Yeah, the case study will be shared with Mr. David, then he'll share with you guys.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, Paul, your question.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Esther, for the wonderful section. So this is my first time laying hands on something like this, right? So I want to know if I want to try to practice more, maybe find some business cases and how to practice. How do I go about that? Or is it something the experts can actually assist with? So I'll just try it out and share and try to review together and give feedback when necessary and improve on it. Just a platform to actually on my BA skills. So that is what I want to ask. Thank you once again.
You're welcome. The truth is, first of all, I think with the little I've seen about the Dobac community, I think that's where you need to be, first of all. So if you can join them, I know there are a lot of people here that are willing to super help. And apart from that, one thing I've discovered about the field of business analysis, and please, I stand to be corrected, everybody is super helpful. I don't think I've met a business analyst that wants to hoard knowledge to him or herself. It's very rare. So if you have a process chart, a process model that you know is giving you this thing or you need feedback on, reach out to anybody. I understand that people are busy, but let me tell you, if you don't speak up, there's no way one will learn. Me, I can disturb. Like, I have people that I disturb. Once they see my messages, they know that I've come. But it's me that knows what I'm looking for. Because feedback has actually built me. It was tough at the very beginning, but it's what has helped my attention to details till now. Do you understand? So you need to be ready for hard feedback. There are some people that will not even give you feedback. That is not even, the feedback is not constructive. Let's be realistic. But be open. Reach out to people. There are a lot of business analysts doing great things. Reach out to them. Definitely, you can also reach out to me, definitely. So at least we know ourselves. So, but whatever we can do, I can assure you that everybody is willing to help. That's the truth. Then for case studies, this case study, first of all, is going to be shared. That's the first thing. Now, there's something we're working on in the IIBA Tampa Bay chapter. We're expecting everything to be fully sorted out, say, by September. But it's going to be like a case study library for whatever project. Where if you need a case study, a sample case study, you go to the website, you get it out, there'll be answers to it, whatever you want to do. So there are a lot of case study libraries, but just try. I will interpret this case study. Will be different from the way another person will interpret it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. A quick one before we call it a day. I know that.
Please, can you drop your LinkedIn handle? Thank you.
Say again.
Your LinkedIn handle.
You can do. Okay.
Already sent Esther a request.
You can just check for Esther.
Yeah, just check Esther Folorunso.
Esther Folorunso. I'm gonna share something with you right now, and you can connect with her. Then I also want to mention a few things before we wrap up today. So this is the book they worked on. So you can look for that. I probably put info for you in your field and also your domain. So Esther, this is me putting you on the spot, right? I'm happy to share with you guys that she has. Okay, let me just push it to you. Let me leave it to you to say that. I'm gonna push that to you.
Okay, so by the way, one of the authors in this book, or two of the authors actually joined. One of them is still in this meeting, by the way. But another thing about this book is, for somebody asking about case studies, there are a whole lot of case studies in this book. Then, even though this is out, we're still working on like a second version where Mr. David is going to be one of the contributing authors to the second version. And that second version is a massive project that we're still trying to work out the modalities, but definitely another useful resource is going to be coming to the field of business analysis. But the ideal, or the idea behind this book, is there are business analysts in different industries. If you are in a particular industry, if you have something that serves as a guide, say for example, the blockchain industry, whether we believe it or not, there are business analysts in the blockchain industry. Maybe not in Nigeria because of how peak it is, or how difficult it is in the Nigerian industry, or in the Nigerian, like the Nigerian space. So depending on the industry you are in, what are the peculiarities you face? What are things you need to look forward to? What are techniques that would happen? What are similar or likely projects you might work on? So those are things that we basically just covered in the book, more or less. Thank you.
All right, so you can get the book on Amazon, you can get it on Sila, and you can also connect with Esther on LinkedIn. Esther, do you want to drop your email address? Or they can
Yes, I'll do
on LinkedIn and they can pick it from there.
So that's my LinkedIn. Yep, and that's my email.
All right. So I will say thank you very much, Esther, for this wonderful session. I can tell that is really, really good, because it's a privilege to have you here. And I want everybody on this call, please give your feedback to business analyst community as a whole.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here.